In the ancient city of Babylon, known far and wide for its grand towers, bustling markets, and wise citizens, there lived a man named Arcad. He wasn't always the wealthiest man in the city. In fact, he had started with little. But over time, Arcad amassed incredible wealth, becoming the richest man in Babylon. He attributed his success to 7 simple but powerful principles, which he called the 7 cures for a lean purse. One day, the king, curious about Arcad's wealth, invited him to share his wisdom with the citizens. People gathered in droves, filling the grand hall to hear from the man who could turn silver into gold. Arcad, with a gentle smile and a glint of wisdom in his eyes, stood before them and began to share his teachings. The first cure: start thy purse to fattening. Arcad began, the first step to wealth, friends, is to pay yourself first. Every time you earn, set aside a small portion, at least 10%, as your own. Just as a farmer plants seeds to yield a harvest, so too should you let a portion of your earnings grow. Over time, this practice will fill your purse, and you'll be amazed at how your wealth begins to flourish. The crowd listened, captivated, and a few began nodding in agreement, realizing how little they saved each month. The second cure: control thy expenditures. Arcad continued, but what good is saving if you squander the rest on needless desires? Learn to separate your wants from your needs. Spend only on what is essential, and keep your desires in check. For if you chase every pleasure, your purse will always be lean. One young man spoke up, but Arcad, I work hard, shouldn't I enjoy my earnings? Indeed, you should enjoy life, Arcad replied. But wisely. Luxury can fill your home, but if you let it, it will empty your purse. True wealth comes from discipline. The third cure: make thy gold multiply. Arcad raised a coin into the air, letting it gleam in the sunlight. The gold you save can work for you. Invest it wisely, and it will grow as surely as seeds grow into trees. Let your gold breed more gold, and soon it will provide for you, whether you work or not. He explained how his investments had allowed him to earn while he slept, and the people marveled at the thought of their money working without their constant labor. The fourth cure: guard thy treasures from loss. But beware, Arcad warned, his tone growing serious. Not all ventures are wise. Invest only in what you understand and trust the advice of those skilled in handling money. Guard your wealth from loss as a shepherd guards his flock from wolves. The crowd murmured, some thinking back to risky ventures they had entered, which had cost them dearly. The fifth cure: make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. Arcad gestured to his home in the distance. A man's home should provide security, but it can also be an investment. Owning property not only gives you a place to live but increases your wealth. Your home is part of your fortune. It can grow in value and offer stability for your family. People whispered to each other, realizing they could turn their homes into lasting assets rather than mere shelters. The sixth cure: ensure a future income. Arcad spoke with the wisdom of age. We cannot work forever, and life brings unexpected trials. Plan for the future. Set aside a portion of your earnings that will continue to provide for you even in your old age. Think beyond today, so that when you no longer have the strength to labor, your wealth will sustain you. The elderly in the crowd nodded in agreement, knowing the wisdom in his words. The seventh cure: increase thy ability to earn. Finally, Arcad's gaze swept across the crowd. Above all, he said, never stop learning. The more knowledge and skills you acquire, the more valuable you become. Wealth flows easily to those who know how to create it. Invest in yourself, seek wisdom, and become more skilled, for that is a treasure that can never be taken away. With that, Arcad bowed, and the crowd erupted in applause, grateful for the wisdom he had shared. They left with newfound hope and determination, each carrying the 7 cures like precious gold in their minds. They began saving, spending wisely, investing, and planning for the future, knowing that if they followed Arcad's principles, they too could transform their lean purses into ones brimming with wealth. And so, in the city of Babylon, Arcad's wisdom lived on, passed down through generations, as a beacon of prosperity and guidance for all who sought financial freedom. Arcad's 7 cures are simple but powerful. By saving, investing wisely, planning for the future, and always learning, anyone can grow wealth. So, will you take Arcad's wisdom and build a rich purse of your own? If you enjoyed this ancient wisdom, subscribe to How What Why and join us for more secrets of wealth building. Comment below. Which of these cures are you ready to start with?